Hello, 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 and welcome everybody back to another stream. I'm your SimCFI. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday night. I hope you can, or Friday, I don't even know what day it is. I've been sick for 5 days. Everything's Saturday to me. But hope you're doing well, everybody. Thanks for joining me this Friday night. I hope you can tell I'm also feeling a bit better, so I'll be going back to work tomorrow. Pick up where my pairing left off, so I'll be working 6 days in a row. But so far it's been 0 days, so anyways. We're in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 for the very first time, and I've kind of got everything roughly working to a level that it's streamable. I did a flight earlier today with CST Gaming, which I'm sure you guys know. If you don't know who CST Gaming is, go check out his channel. He streams probably more than I do. And anyways, did a flight from Minneapolis to Toronto, worked pretty well. So now we're doing Mini to New York, so I just know these sceneries work basically. And we got GSX working, we got nav data, I think, up to date, and this is the V2 beta, or not the beta, this is the V2 of the CRJ, and I went ahead and kind of set up some very quick little control sensitivities, as I'm used to the beta, and the beta flies a lot better, to say the least. So I've tried to make the public current build that's of the airplane dampened quite a bit for it. Anyways, we got some guys in chat already. We got Flight Sim Gaming, who's first, second, and third. I don't know how you claim all that, but thanks for jumping on in. Micah's fourth, Dom's 5. Yeah, I just said it, Micah, right? I don't know. Hope it doesn't crash. I didn't have a crash earlier, so I'm hoping it doesn't crash today. We will see. And I guess we can do this. Wait a minute. Oh, no, not that. Ah! Wait, that didn't work. Go back in there. Go back in there. No, I was trying to do a walk around, but anyways, airplane's good. Go back inside. So we're just sitting here at the gate, and we're gonna get going for you guys. I don't know how it shows, but I have reshade running to make the sim pop a bit more. The default Microsoft Flight Sim and 24 to me looks stale, color blend, like blah, and not sharp enough. So I have reshade running to kind of make everything look sharper, as NVIDIA control or NVIDIA filters haven't been implemented yet. So you got people people supporting as they crunch their spines into the RJ9, as you do, and we'll start getting ready for our flights. So we'll reset our IRS positions there. We do that before every turn. If we've taken, even if you've taken the airplane ourselves, we'll still do that. As long as you get the navs reset between 5 seconds, it'll do a very just quick little fast align. Hop over here to the left seat, and we'll go to the flight plan section. We'll import that. Hey, CC Gaming, welcome. I just mentioned you earlier, actually. And we'll send to the FMS. So we'll cheat today, and we'll press set payload and fuel. So we'll do that as well. Performance-wise, we'll calculate to be a wet. Actually, it seems like it kind of dried on up, so I'll leave it on dry flap 8. We'll set those speeds now, might as well. The fuel is always calculated from like absolute max gross weight, it seems like, from SimBrief, so I'm just going to dial that down. They have us landing at, yeah, 74,500 pounds, which is about 600 away from the max landing weight, so I'm just going to, we don't need that much gas, guys. It's not that long of a trip. The burn is 8,300, so we still have more than enough for reserve. I'll add in maybe, there we go, it'll be fine. So we'll send that all in. We'll reset our takeoff data to 6.5 on the trim. Seems a little low, but we'll set that. Clear that master caution. Alright, we'll go to the FMS. And we'll click flight plan, edit and send. And we'll try again, flight plan, send to FMS. Nada. Alright, well, I'll just type it in myself. So, someone commented they liked seeing the flight plan, so I will bring that up for you guys. Right there. Maybe? I don't know where it went. Oh, it's just ridiculously small. Okay, there we go. I don't know why it's doing that. Stand by. I'm having OBSE issues. fix this up for you guys. Chat amongst yourselves. There we go. Perfect, and I'll just kind of zoom in this window here. And we'll go to the top. Oop. There we go. Adam, welcome to the chat, and I'll read things. I'm getting kind of far behind. Felty says, hi, I've been watching your tutorial videos in the CRJ79, glad to catch you live. Hey, well, thank you for joining, I really appreciate that. And Micah Messer, by the way, Flight Sim Gaming, and CST Gaming are all streamers that are all here as well, guys. So if you don't know who Micah Messer is, or Flight Sim Gaming, or CST, go give them a check as well. My good buddy Skymaster streaming currently, Skymaster1, so you can go watch him as well. Rover says, was there an update or did you move the file? No, the 2024 you can get it. You can get the RJ for 2024 as long as you don't have it from the marketplace. Is my understanding. You can update it to 2024. And I am on the Sim Update 2, which is not the beta anymore, I believe, for Microsoft. Whatever it was, yeah. No, it was a good tense. We were just saying I was flying with you earlier. Adam says, I hope you are able to fly without a Wasm crash. I believe in you. We'll try. We'll give it a shot, eh? And yeah. All right, cool. So we're going from KMSP, which I'm going to get rid of these blue kind of highlights later. But, oh, let me bring that flight plan up. Is it up? Yeah, it's up for you guys. Let me move it so you guys can see kind of what we're talking about here. There we go. That looks a little better. So we're going from KMSP, which, oh, you know what? I've encountered my first problem. This is my fault. This is not the Sim's fault. But I used FS flight control to move me halfway around the globe to get to Minneapolis. So this is my fault. This isn't a 2024 problem. I am going to back out and respawn at the same gate. Luckily in 2024, that's like ridiculously quickly. And I didn't have anything set up anyways. So that's why everything wasn't working. If you guys don't know what FS Flight Control Panel is, it's a panel like a flight instructor panel, and you can warp yourself on final and do all these sorts of things. So I was trying to get a cool little thumbnail for you guys, and when I did that, I'm like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and spawn. I'll just go ahead and spawn at Minneapolis, and I forgot the RJ does not like that. That's not a 24 problem. That is a me problem. So. First time seeing the RJ in 24, show me the money. Yeah, show me the money! It's a great movie, Jerry Maguire. I got 72 guys in here, so I really appreciate you guys stopping in, and if you don't mind pressing the like button, I'd really appreciate that. We're gonna get this going for you guys. Quick Turns is the name of the game. That looks more dark and ominous anyways, eh? Let's wait for the fly button. I think I would still be loading in 24. Hey, we can do our walk around, although I don't know how to walk. My airplane's starting up. Alright, let's go here. We are running the Boris sound pack. We're going to go turn around state, and we'll go ahead and open all this. Open the stairs, toggle the jetway. Here it comes. Flight plan, import, send, set payload and fuel. Knock $1,000 off of that. Enter, set payload, send it to the FMS. It is now wet again. Set all. 6.5 is what they want. 6.5 is what I'll give them. Alright, we're basically in the same spot where we are, but actually we have the flight plan entered in. So I'll bring it back up so you guys can walk with me here. There we go. So we're going from Minneapolis to LaGuardia. We're Endeavor 1333. You should know who you work for, so we're going to get rid of the Endeavor part. Our alternate is Bradley, which I've actually been there once. It's a middle of nowhere airport. So anyways, that's that. And the route calls for DLL. And then J34 to Woost, J146 to ETG, and then the arrival there. So let's go ahead and put our departure that counts 7 via DIL. And the PDC I had received, although I probably have to redo it because I disconnected from VATSIM technically. There we go. Our PDC says... Okay, they don't have... Oh, there we go. Expect runway 22. So we'll plug in 22 in here. That's what we're expecting. We'll put Dill back in there. And then the arrival is going to be the MIPS 4, the ETG, and we'll leave it there. We're not going to select an approach just yet, guys, because by the time we get there, it may change. And that's just extra work for ourselves that we have to do right now. So that's all been set. Performance. And we're going up to flight level 350. No. And we'll scroll down here. Got our alternate cruise is 15,000. The fuel's been checked. 70,000 plus 12 equals 80, just under 83. That's good. Next page. Icy deviation is 6 degrees in the positives. Got plus 18 on the tailwind for the climb. Plus 43. Plus 26. Awesome, awesome. Execute all that. Next page. Our estimated time of departure. Well, this is based off real time. Do you guys want to see daytime or nighttime? What do you guys think you want to do? Hey, Harris, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your CRJ. Yeah, we do all airlines here. So I'll put a poll here. You guys can choose. Okay. Real. Now, you can also ask, you know what, I'll do one more. You add one more. There we go. You guys start a poll or enter the poll. Let me know what you guys want. I'll edit as I see fit there. I'll try, Harris. We'll try. We're to LaGuardia, so we'll do what we can. Flew a captain once. I showed up, never met this guy before, and he's like, I'll ask 3 things of you. I gotta remember them now. Oh yeah. Flare, stop before the end, and what was the last one? There's something else, but that's how he greeted me. He's like, Flare, stop before. I'll ask three things of you. Flare, stop before the end, and blah 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 blah. And if we do that, we'll have a good pairing. I'm like, okay. And he was an awesome guy. Those guys are awesome when they're chill like that. Most of them are. Let's go take off and landing. Actually, we'll go flight plan. Let's go here. I'm missing chase plane right now. That's kind of the only thing I really miss. We'll refresh the weather. Runway 22. It's a flex of 35, which is not much of a flex at all. And in the current build, flex actually increases your N1, and I can show you that. It just increased from 80, whatever it was, to 90. So flex obviously shouldn't do that. That has been addressed. So I won't even enter a flex for now. VNAV setup. U80/77. By the way, guys, if you don't know, if you want to spawn with the same values in this every time, what we do, well, how it's set in real world is you go to index, go defaults, and you can change it here. So taxi fuel, the default for us is 400, at least in my company. The default reserve is 1500. So I don't have to change this next time I come in the airplane. 280/0.7 is the default climb. Cruise gets changed. Descent is good. The default descent angle is 4. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Nearest should be minimum of 5,000 for an RJ9. And that's all good. So the next time I spawn in, I don't gotta set all. I don't have to set the VNAV climb. It should be set for me like that. Same with this. It should be set 4 degrees for me as well. Let's go find our cruise speed. We're going to go to the flight plan, look to the waypoint just under the top of climb, which happens to be here at Dill, 270.8. They want us cruising. So 270/0.8. Throw that in there. Execute that. Radio page, we're going to put in our squawk code since we already got it. Got that PDC. They want us squawking. Let me find it here. 3625. And it's up to 7,000 feet on this SID, which is nice. We'll set up our FCP later. We'll go to MF, actually make sure these are both in auto, which they are. MFD menu, we'll go flying from the right, so we'll go right side on VNAV, and monitoring is on the left, so we'll go on that side. Flight plan, copy active, flight plan, copy active. We'll go back to the legs page. So people are probably boarding and complaining about the temperature, so let's go ahead and start the APU, although it's a pretty nice kind of warm day. other than them getting rained on. Bid test has been completed. All the gauges and the status message have appeared. We'll go ahead and press start. We're going to end the poll there. It looks like real time is what is won. Real time is the winner. I think it already is real time. Yeah, alright. Real time it is. AP is taking quite a while to spool up. That's a little interesting. I tried the V2 today. Seems better. Still need to tweak on my curve sim brief because it's tried sending me up to 390, and the Dreamliner did not like that. Yeah. Yeah, the sim brief, it always plans like these ridiculously high and max, like you're going to be landing 100 pounds under your max landing weight and all this kind of stuff. I find sim brief does that. Yeah, V2 is a great foundation for what is to come. I can kind of just say that. We'll check the electrical page. The APU is online, has taken the load off the ground power. DC power looks okay as well, and everything's good. We'll go back to the stat page. We'll disengage the ground power switch, and we can get rid of it. They can just remove. We'll give the signal for them to remove the GPU, which they have done. We're flying from the right side, so I'll press the transfer button to have everything taken from the FO side. That's what the right arrow is calling for. Press the magic B button to set my altimeter because I can't be bothered. And it's about 820 feet here, so we'll put our acceleration height. We'll go to select MDA, and I'm going to start scrolling up this knob here to roughly 1,000 feet above sea level, so we'll call it 1820. It's good enough for me. This would be taken from our ACARS takeoff landing report, but I don't have that, so I'm going to make it up. Close enough. 7,000, 1820. I'll set, I'll check this, but set 225 on the course there. I don't have charts through this anymore, so unfortunately I'll have to use charts off screen now. Well, I guess I can use it in here. I just don't want to come to the captain side every single time. So we'll mark the 10-9A. I'll look at the 10-9 Alpha real quick to see the Viz requirement, although we should be fine. Runway 22 is 1,000 RVR, so yeah, we're fine on that. We can taxi and take off with that Viz. Beautiful chart, huh? It's pretty cool how you can do this. What was I looking for? Looking for the SID. So that I was looking for. Count 7. Which calls for, is there a cloud gradient? There is 300 feet. Yeah, we'll be fine either way. Runway 22, initially assigned heading. Alright, that's easy. Up to 7,000 feet for the jets. Is there any... There's no speed restrictions other than the 250 at 10 as what's usual. So I'll leave that up there for now. I'll come back to that. And I was gonna... That's what I was gonna find. I was gonna find... Runway 22. Heading is 225, and you can see that right there, 225. So I'm going to set that to my heading indicator, which I think I already did. 225. We're all good. We got a clearance. I think, let's see how GSX is on that boarding stuff. Oh, I didn't even know them to do it. All right, well, we got a pushback truck connected then, since they're not going to do it. Hydraulic 3A on. Seatbelts can go on. LaGuardia is at sea level. I'll just set... oh, I thought we were moving back. That's the, that's the jet bridge. Set about 10 feet, 20 feet or so in the landing altitude. I'm gonna go up and close all our doors. Bing, bang, bing, boom. Press the doors page. Everything's all closed. So now we're gonna tune up. Looks like we got Mini Center online. We'll tune them up. And they want me contacting for push, so we'll go ahead and do that. Get my notepad out in case they need something crazy from me, although they probably won't. And
Delta 275.
we had information.
Good evening.
Zoom X-ray at Gate Fox 16. Mini Center Endeavor 1333, Gate Fox 16, information Zulu, ready push.
Had a couple at once, and got to talk to somebody different than either one of you. Exec 1033, I'm in your altitude. Stop your climb. Climb and maintain.
I shall wait my turn.
260.
Maybe it's obsessed, but the stream is choppy when you move around. Yeah, I'm getting that too. That's just my game. I don't know.
I had
pretty much the same settings as earlier.
For tonight, and
but I guess the 4880 is not good enough. So, you know what? Let me try to fix that. We haven't pushed yet, so I'll just connect back to VATSIM if needed. But at my settings, I brought them down. Like I was playing with much higher settings earlier. I'm gonna take off ray trace shadows. I don't need that.
All right, and I heard an Endeavor calling from the.
It's gonna kick me out of VATSIM. We'll jump back in there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Endeavor 1333, Gate Fox 16, information Zulu, correction X-ray, ready to push.
I think I might have said whoever is not Endeavor, so you blocked him again.
All right, well, I just jumped back.
Not Endeavor.
Oh, call me Hero Pilot. I don't hear the other person talking. Unless they're modeling in VATSIM reception range. Which if they are, that's kind of cool. But I doubt it. But anyways, that's okay. They'll get to me when he gets to me.
I think it might have been Lufthansa Cargo 541. Was that you calling? Go ahead.
I've had issues with CRJ wanting to veer left when hand flying. Any fix? You have to, if you can come to my Discord and send a video or stream it to me in Discord, that'd be helpful. There's a billion things why that could be happening.
Lufthansa Cargo 541. Roger, 10 minutes is approved. You'll be entering Chicago.
But the stream was tomorrow, Kyle? No, it's... Well, not tomorrow, I'm working.
10, that'd be good.
Can't be today. Or can't be tomorrow, sorry. I noticed at the gate it was, like, worse than in the air. Yeah, it's probably the scenery. I'm hoping it'll be better now. I just turned off ray trace shadows.
Exec 1033.
I don't have my...
Center 134.87.
I don't have my FSTL loaded in, so you won't see, like, cool airline colors and stuff, but...
Yep.
Whatever.
Delta 275, amend your altitude, climb and maintain flight levels 340. I'll have higher for you shortly.
So I don't know why I can't hear anybody else, but I can't hear anybody else, so... I guess they model reception range? That's what I'm gonna go with.
Endeavor calling Minneapolis.
Hey! Yeah, it's Endeavor 1333 at Gate Fox 16, information X, ready to push.
Endeavor 1333 Minneapolis Center, push on to Delta, approved for 22.
Push Delta and runway 22, Endeavor 1333, thanks. Alright, push to Delta. Let's see where that is.
2723, Fox 9.
That's a nice thing in real life. You just say, we're good to go, we're good to push, we're going to back to runway 22, and they just push you.
Aircraft calling for
so it'll be nose left.
Center. I'll have a PDC for you in a minute.
Continue push back. Nose left, facing northeast. Want the park and brake off, so we'll do the rest of this. We got the doors are closed, the pumps can come on, the beacon can come on, the transponder number 2, we're flying from the right, park and brake off, you're good to go, my friend. Push me back. Set our clock up properly here. I did. Oh, you know what? You know what I didn't do? My own shocks. There you go. GPS timer. Let's turn these down a little bit. Let's turn... There we go. Don't be blinded by that. Hopefully the sounds are good. Let me know if the sounds are too loud or too low. We are using the Boris sounds as well.
And Minneapolis Delta 723, Fox 9, we're ready for push.
I've been trying to get... I've been really trying to get a subscriber thing to pop up when
Delta 2723
when someone subscribes, but I
make sure you
figure that out. So I'll be working on that later on.
Sorry about that. We'll get right on that.
All right. Usually they'll let us start once we're kind of done turning. They have sometimes problems turning the airplane with engine starting, especially when it's wet like this, so I'll hold in the engine start even though they told me I can. The sim looks gorgeous though. I'm having to use reshade to kind of bring the colors up a little bit.
Should be normal now, Delta 2722.
Delta 2723, push into the alley, approved for 22.
Push into the alley.
Why do I have a feeling I'm getting blocked?
2723.
Alright, well, spool number 2. Let's bring it back to the stat page there. We got the engine start. We'll start our clock on the right side. Looking for an N2
Delta 275
of 20% and an ITT below 120.
Route of flight right where you are. Looks like you're in a gap between some thunderstorm cells. What's the weather look like for you?
Really appreciate you guys all tuning in. Thanks so much. I really didn't expect that tonight. But if you can do me a favor and press the like button, that'd be amazing. And also, we have some streamers in here as well, like CST Gaming. So go check out his channel. Flight Sim Gaming's in here as well. Awesome guy. Check out his. Skymaster1 is streaming currently, and Micah Messer was earlier here too. So all good guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention, as we will now display the safety features of this aircraft.
Oh, I don't want to hear that. Let's go in here. All right. Number 2 is up and spooled. Let's go and start. Whoa. Get rid of that. Let's start left. We're going to set our compass to dim, and what we're also going to do is set our master cautions to dim. In case something don't blind us. I do it in the nighttime usually. So starting left, I didn't start my timer because it's kind of a pain to get to in the sim, but you start your timer. Got 90 seconds for the starter. And the 900 at least. 20% N2 with an ITT below 120. Spool up.
Pull down on the mask, place the mask over your nose and mouth, slip the elastic strap over your head, and breathe normally. In case of a water landing, life vests are located under your seat. Secure the vest around you and pull on the...
Hey, Yohem, welcome, welcome, welcome.
As we prepare for takeoff, please take the time to make sure
Hope you're doing well.
Right, your tray table is secured, and your seatbelt is fastened. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, Harrister, I just got your comment there. I don't know why there's an ERJ. I guess it's someone, obviously, but I don't know what airline. Hey, Shaq, welcome, welcome. Alright, sounds like those are up and running. We'll check the electric page. Everything's transferred over from the AP to the engines. Go ahead and turn the APU off. Aft cargo can be turned to the forward position. Ropes can be turned on. The temperature is at 10 degrees, so we'll be on the safe side and taxi with wings and cowls on, with the precip outside.
Delta 275.
We'll throw our logos on as well.
Traffic, 11 o'clock, 10 miles.
Test our rudder.
Right to left is a MD-11 flight level.
Ooh, MD-11. And throw the steering on, we're ready to go.
About 8 miles behind them. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Using same yoke setting from 2020, just converted 24. They work quite well for me. 24. I kind of did a different. I did a bit of abbreviation.
Are you back?
But yeah, I can't hear anybody except for people at Minneapolis. So I think there is a. I think there is a modeling of VHF reception range because I can't hear any other plane except for the guy next to me asking for push as well. So I don't know when to actually call this guy because I'm probably going to step on somebody. But, yeah. I wonder if there's a setting I can turn off in VATS in here. Audio, disable realistic 80, no. That's just does effects. Huh. Well, I'm going to give him a call. He's going to yell at me, so we'll give him a call.
Northwest 2489, contact Denver Center 127.65. See you, Greg.
Oh, I heard this guy.
Have a good night, William.
Center Endeavor 1333, ready taxi 22. Alright, got my notepad out.
Endeavor 1333. Advise you have information X-ray, runway 22, taxi via Delta, Charlie 5, Charlie, cross runway 12 left, Charlie.
We have X-ray taxiing to 22 via Delta, Charlie 5, Charlie, crossing 12 left, and then Charlie hold short of 22, Endeavour 1333, thanks. Alright, that can be more complicated. Let's see where that went. Let's take this away. Zoom on this. So we're straight ahead for a bit. Let's get the taxi light on and get the parking brake off. Almost pulled the landing gear manual deploy. A little bit of thrust. We'll get rolling. So he wants the first left on the Charlie 5, then a right turn, and all the way. Cool. Just a lot of words, but not that bad.
Center, good evening, Northwest 1485, information X-ray, Fox 15, push.
Shaq says, wish MSFS simulated icing like X-Plane 12. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. We're right at the threshold for getting icing. It's 10 degrees above on the TAT. With the preset, there is a possibility for
right
it.
Behind you on Delta, if you give it like another 10 seconds here.
Should I stop? No,
That's good enough. Push on the Delta.
That's good enough.
Not
gonna do that. Push on the Delta for 22.
Just picked up B2 and found your channel. Looking forward to learning to fly this plane. Awesome. Well, I really hope you enjoy it. If you have some gripes with it, more than likely those have already been addressed in the beta that I'm testing. So, yeah, it's only going to get better. I hope you enjoy the CRJ. It's a bit of a handful at first, but you'll get into it. It won't take care of you, that's for sure. It will let you kill yourself. Alright, we're cleared to cross 12 left. That's coming up shortly, so why don't we go get set up for takeoff. We'll get set up a little earlier. We'll go and do a flap 8. Forgot to give you guys a takeoff brief, but I can do that on the way, and I know that's obviously a very bad practice, but we are in a sim, so we can do that. Flight control. Oh, yeah, that's my yoke doing that. That's not a sim. That's just my yoke being buggy. So, anyways, let's turn this guy down. It's kind of bright. Let's turn his screens down. Turn these down. Awesome. We're crossing 12 left, and I don't trust people to throw the strobes on for the cross.
Chicago 124.87, just came back. Thank you very much for the service.
Lufthansa Cargo 541. Roger. Have a good night.
You too.
Delta 441. Salt Lake is offline. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved.
We're clear left and right. Anyways, the departure. It's going to be runway 22, flap 8, full rolling, bleeds open. The anti-ice will be wings and cowls on. Ignition will be off. And visibility is more than fine. On the charts, we're doing the count 7 or whatever they want to call it. Off runway 22. Make sure we're still going straight. Pretty good. Which calls for heading assigned by ATC up to 7,000. Engine out is runway heading 7,000 feet, and noise is built into the SID. Questions, comments, concerns, threats. The threats being I love to read the chat. So, yeah, I get distracted by chat. Let's not read that much. We'll go all the way down to Charlie 10. You never know why or when you'll need more runways, so I'll take what I can get.
1333, wind 240 at 12, gust 19er. Fly runway heading, runway 22, cleared for takeoff.
Clear takeoff, runway heading, Endeavour 1333, runway 22. Alright.
Delta 2723, runway 22,
messages are
Charlie
acknowledged. We can box that.
Cross runway 12 left to Charlie.
He wants runway heading, so that's good, because I already have that bugged.
Runway 22, via
Cabin would have been calling
cross
saying they're ready to go,
Charlie,
obviously, by this time, or else we couldn't leave. And I just got a Honeycomb Bravo throttle. That's a new threat, so I'm using it for the first week or so. I don't have a toga button anymore, so I have to click it here. But I did order the Pro Desk Sim CRJ pack, which looks awesome. CST just got his, and it looked really cool. And so mine's coming in shortly. I'll be reviewing that. If you guys want your own ProDestin throttle, the RJ or anything else they have to offer, I do a 5% discount code in my description. Just use YourSimCFI. 5%. Spooling them up. We're ready to go. And we'll go into the Toga detent. The pilot monitoring would say thrust set, if it is, obviously. Love those bar sounds. 80 is checked. Remember guys, we do have the anti-ice on, so a bit of a worse climb performance is expected. V1, rotate. Gear up.
Walker 3894, Minneapolis Center. Good evening. Advise you have the weather for Green Bay.
Heading mode, runway heading.
Visual approach, runway 36 or 6, your choice.
And once we're above 600 feet, we can engage the autopilot.
Walker 3894.
There's 600 radar pin, or autopilot engaged.
Descend and maintain.
Here comes our acceleration height, that blue line. So I'm going to spin my climb all the way up here to our VT speed. The nose is going to come on down to accelerate us. We're looking for V2 plus 12, and which basically are now. We can add flap 1. And we're looking for VT minus 15. And we're looking for flap 0. Once one's been set, and it is, and we're good to go. Flap 0. And flaps are up and gone. Climb thrust. And we'll get rid of this.
Endeavor 1333, radar contact, say altitude.
3,000 climbing 7,000, Endeavor 1333. You really shouldn't call me that early.
Endeavor 1333, roger. Turn left direct Del, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Left direct Del and 350, Endeavor 1333, thank you. Alright, Del. Started our left turn with heading mode there. That's set and confirmed. I'll just double click it for RJ-ness and we'll... FMS2 is captured. We're accelerating to 250. The after takeoffs have been completed. We're above 250 knots and I believe it's above 10 degrees, so no anti-ice is required. It's 12 degrees. 350 what he says. Let's spin this on up. 350 set and confirmed. We're on our way and the airplane's not turning, so let's go heading mode for a bit. I found this is a problem in 24 for me personally in the RJ, but rest assured that will be addressed as I'll mention it to the devs. Happened in the beta as well. It's also not climbing at it's also not really doing a good job pitching for 250, but that's okay. I'll just kind of do it myself real quick. I'll spam the climb button, reset it to 250, and we'll re-engage the autopilot. Doesn't happen to me in 2020, it just happens in 24, to me at least. You can see the airplane's accelerating, the airplane's not really doing anything about that, so we're going to go flight director off, disengage the autopilot, re-engage that,
2723, wind
heading mode, speed mode, autopilot on, 250.
Runway 22, cleared for takeoff.
Runway heading, runway 22, cleared for takeoff, Delta 2723.
Still not really pitching enough for it, but that's okay. It should be pitching the, you know, the high 3s or 4s, whatever it needs to get into that bucket there. Let me go 230. There we go. Now it starts to go. So I'll do 240 and it'll fly 10 knots fast. Let's see. That's my theory. No, now it's gonna watch. Now it's gonna go right to 240 because I want to be 250. 250. All right. Let's see. That can come off as well. All right. Where are we? 10,000? Not quite. Getting there. What do we got? Ice light? We do got the ice light. Cool. 1, 2, 3. And the ice light's turned green, so we're now fighting it. 10,000 feet. lights out. I'm going to keep 250 knots, and that's because it's going to give me more, or it should, at least in real life, it's a slower speed, but it's going to be a steeper climb angle to kind of punch through this stuff. And once we get above it and out of the ice, I'll accelerate we'll do a 320 knot climb today. We'll see if that works. We'll do a high-speed climb. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far.
452 Minneapolis Center. Good evening.
Looks like my... Well, you know what? Oh, that's what... My comments weren't updating. Sorry about that. I had to refresh my stream here. Kyle says, do you use the same TCA yokes? Oh, I read that one. Shaq says, no. Chase plane. Yeah, that is awful. Looks right above the suit now, so we're going to go vertical speed. We'll go 1,500 feet, and we'll accelerate 320. We're going to leave the belts on for that turbulence coming up. And wings and cowls come off. The ice light is gone, and we're out of the suit for the time being. Ant says, what throttle quadrant do you use? I'm using the Honeycomb Bravo currently, but I've ordered the ProDesk Sim CRJ pack for the Bravo.
Walker 3894 as the airport said.
CC Game says that them levers look really good. They do. They look awesome. You got to make a review on that because I want to see them.
Visual rolling 6.
Can you break down the direct process real fast? Process? Yeah. So for direct, if I want to go direct to waypoint, you just grab whatever waypoint you want. Don't put it here because that's going to be telling the FMS that this waypoint is behind you. Go to the next one. So we're always going to put it in the second from the top, and you can see it draws a line direct. I'm going to cancel that mod. That's how we do it in real world. You could use the direct page too. It's just not our SOP for my company, so we use it all here. Sometimes in the sim, if it's not doing what you want, which I'm actually still in heading mode, so direct, execute. There's FMS2. But if it's not doing what we want in the sim, just keep double clicking on top of itself. I find in 24 it's been a bit worse for me than in 2020, but that's just me.
Left direct L.
Looking pretty smooth. We'll go belts auto.
2723.
Walker 3894, wind 080.
That's 24 specific thing. Good to know. I've been just never bothering to enable nav until I'm completely instructed because of that. Yeah, it seems to do it just 24 to me. Both in beta build that I've been testing. We're at 320. Let's start increasing our vertical speed, and the nose is coming up, so we'll press speed mode. 320. Harris says G6 crashed mid pushback, and now I'm stuck. Left shift P. Left shift P, my friend. That should get you pushing back. Hey, Avgeek, welcome, welcome. Do you have any tips for someone flying VATSIM for the first time? The main tip I have is know your airplane well enough for frequencies, squawk codes, and all that kind of stuff, and how to go direct, what's an ILS, ILS versus an RNAV approach. So kind of learn the operation of the airplane, of what it can do and how to fly it, and IFR procedures before getting on VATSIM. It's good to know all that stuff before getting on VATSIM, because then once you know all that stuff and it's can become second nature, you can just add the radio comms to it, which will be a new challenge for you. Also, watch a lot of YouTube videos. That stuff really helps. So I'm sure there's tons of VATSIM videos. I have a VATSIM video as well, but it's not really a tutorial how to get into VATSIM. It's more about how to make your radio calls a bit slicker, a bit more refined, less verbal diarrhea, I like to call it. Passing transition altitude of 18,000. We'll go standard on all three. Oh, I hit that one a bit too many times. So that's what I would say. Shift P would work, either plane wouldn't work. Reverse thrust, that's your only option. But yeah, for all you guys that fly 24 in the RJ and the V2 at least, it does seem like it doesn't like the directs all that well. I haven't had that issue in 2020 in the public build and the beta build that I'm testing at all, but in the public and the beta build in 24, I have that problem. So I'm sure I'll report it and we'll address that. Anyways. One thing to watch, guys, on a climb 320 instead of a 280 climb, which is the standard, is when we transition from 280 to Mach 77, that happens at 31,600. It'll do it for you. But because we're going to reach Mach 0.77 before 31,600, because we're going so much faster, we have to manually click this IIS Mach button. And it works in the beta build. I don't know if I haven't tried it in the public build in a while, so we're going to give it a try, and if it doesn't work, I'll have to get creative and go back to the standard 280 climb. It works real world, obviously, but... Hey, Flight Captain, CRJ was better to me today. Have a great stream. Hey, thanks. Well, your stream was pretty cool to watch yesterday, and then I skimmed through the replay of it, and it switched to a 3.7. I'm like, wait a minute.
November 638, Yankee Alpha, Minneapolis Center. Lake Elmo is a non-towered field, so you can change to the advisory frequency, and they can squawk 1200.
Squawk 12004, November 638, Yankee Alpha. Thank you.
Saba 3642, Minneapolis Center. Good evening. Clear to Minneapolis International Airport.
Guy seems like he needs a coffee.
Maintain flight level 250.
Yeah, I had a ball in the RJ on 24 yesterday.
4517.
Had it all working today. Nice. Nice, nice. Notice that red line's coming down on us, eh? So there's Mach 0.77 coming in shortly. So I'm going to wait till we're about 771 or so, and then I'm going to click that IIS Mach button. There it is.
3642.
So we're going to click it.
Read back correct. Sioux Falls altimeter 2956.
So, okay, so it doesn't work in the public, it only works in the beta. Notice it nose down. I'm going to give it a second, but this should not be accelerating this right now. It should be decreasing, so it does not work. We'll go back to Mach numbers, or indicated airspeed, and we're just going to go do the normal climb. So it doesn't work in the public, but I have reported that IIS Mach didn't work, and it does work in the beta. I can report that because I did it today. So I've selected an IIS speed of 280, and the airplane's going to now climb. Notice when I went to Mach manually, it was accelerating, and the vertical speed just dropped off. So it wasn't even trying to hold it, but I've already reported that one. Kyle, hey, what's going on? Yeah, he's sleepy sounding? He is. Yeah, Adam, go ahead. I'm all yours, my friend. Don't know why it's not climbing as quick as it should. Let's do vertical speed of 35. There we go. Let's get the speed down, airplane. There we go. .24 looks pretty nice, though. Pretty darn nice. I am missing chase plane, though. I am missing that a lot. I didn't think I'd like chase plane, but I love it. Alright, there's 280, so I'm going to start getting that nose on down, and we're going to press the speed button, 280. And it can climb on that. So we'll just do the standard climb profile. In the current build, if you stray from the climb, from the current one, from the current build, the autopilot doesn't know what to do, but that will be addressed. I can say that. 319 or 777 restarting? 727 MD-11. No, I'm joking. Where are you going? Hey, Adam. What you need, my friend? What do you need? This is actually pretty typical. Once we get to these kind of higher altitudes, the airplane barely climbs. It'll oscillate in real life. I've seen 300 feet per minute. I've seen 200 feet per minute, all the way to 800 to 1,000 feet per minute. It'll just keep oscillating, kind of in between. Adams, the 40 is waiting for your comment. Harris says, I'll try LaGuardia just because I downloaded the new scenery for it. Yeah, if it's MK, the LaGuardia MK Studios is amazing. I just bought the MK Philadelphia. That one was really good too. So we're going to be passing 31,600. You'll notice climb 280 will turn into a climb 77. It sometimes does 7.6, so just watch it and you'll have to bug it up if it does do that. Alright. I'll get rid of the problem. The trolls don't last long here. 31.6, it's going to probably do climb 7.6, which it did. We'll just bug up to 7.7. Call it a day. So yeah, if you manually switch to mock, it doesn't like it, but if you let it do it by itself in the sim, it'll be fine. But that will be addressed and changed.
Information uniform.
I actually can't wait for the new update to come out, other than the flight model, which is like already like just universes apart. I don't know how to even describe how much better the flight model is.
Endeavor 1333, contact
us.
Chicago Center 134.87.
3487, Endeavor 1333. Have a good night.
You too.
Alright. You go over here. I said, you go over here. Doesn't like that. Alright. 34875.
Yeah, 2485 runway.
Chicago,
28 right
that's all in town.
Via uniform, Alpha 10.
So if you guys don't know how to check on with another center as we're passing, all I'm going to say is Chicago Center. If you don't know who it is, just say center. They don't care. So just say center. So who you calling? Who are you? So let's say center, Endeavor 1333. And then where are we? Or what are we doing? I'll just say flight level 330, climbing 350. So center, Endeavor 1333, which is my call sign. And then my altitude, and they have us on radar. They know we're coming. You don't have to say next waypoint or anything. They know where we are. Center Endeavor 1333, 330, climbing flight level 350.
Endeavor 5083 Chicago Center, welcome. Expect the visual for runway 17 at Grand Rapids.
I don't think that was for me. I don't think I hear his response, though.
Or was that Endeavor 1333?
Confirm, yeah. Endeavor 1333 is 330, climbing 350, going to LaGuardia.
Endeavor 1333 Chicago Center, welcome, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he meant to say the call sign wrong, or I can't hear the other pilot, because I've had that in VATSIM. I don't think it actually came through, but I just did a double mic click. In real life, when you do that double mic click, it sends a transmission of like a ch-ch. That's kind of sometimes pilots will do that as an acknowledgement, a little 2 mic click. But I just did it in VATSIM as a habit, and I don't think it actually comes through. 34,000, 35,000.
That was 5962. It looks like you went off course. Are you okay?
Yep, I'm getting back on right now.
My wife is watching Flight Sim stream with me. Awesome. My girlfriend will sometimes tolerate that.
Welcome back. You can contact Minneapolis Center 133.4.
She will not watch the Star Wars movies with me, and I've been begging forever. But what we are doing is a Marvel-thon, so we're watching all the Marvel movie timeline, just the movies, not the shows. So we're on to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
1033, fly heading 240, intercept the 28 center localizer.
By the way, guys, here's a bit of a trivia for you. If you get that clearance, intercept the localizer in this, and you're in the CRJ. First of all, what needle do you have to be in? White, green, or yellow? It's a trick question for you. And what button on this MCP are you going to click for just localizer? Because remember, approach gives you loc and glide slope. He just said localizer, so you can't press that one, or else you may intercept the glide slope, which you're not allowed. You're not cleared to do yet. So what button in here would give you loc only intercept, and in which needle set? Alts cap 35,000. When I want us at 0.8, speeding up 0.8. I'm going to leave it up in climb thrust. We'll just accelerate to 0.8. That's it for that. Kyle with the quick shot. Green and nav. That's it. You got to be in green needles, and the nav button will give you localizer armed and capture only. What's quick? Nice one.
And our 9er heavy, radar contact altitude.
Classic 2000.
Bit of a bump there. Some light chop here at 35.
And Air 9er heavy, climb
These clouds look a little popcorny.
Passing 5,000 for direct pumpkin. flight level 340.
I might have to go. What I did in the config file of 2020.
Direct
I'll wait for this guy here. Config file of 2020.
Jet
All right.
1033, 15 miles from Seika, maintain 4000 until established in the localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 28 center approach.
All right.
Maintain 4000 until established.
So in 2020, the config file, what I did was I put the film grain, which is default to on, which is set to number 1 in the code, and set it to 0 in the code, and that will turn film grain off and kind of gets rid of all these grainy cloud kind of things. At least it did it for me. So we're coming up to 0.8 shortly, and then we're going to reduce the thrust. I'll probably bring it back to just behind the climb detent, somewhere in there. Roughly about 1,800 pounds an hour, fuel flow wise, somewhere around there to start with. There's 0.8, so we'll bring these back to about there.
United 1520 Chicago Center.
Let everything kind of settle down. See the numbers all changing. Let everything kind of settle. Don't be in a rush. And it looks like we're slowly decelerating, so we're going to increase about that much. The trend arrow has gone. Now we're slowly increasing in speed very, very slightly. So I'm just going to knock this back with my throttle. That's it. A little bit. And we're good to go. Don't have to touch it for a while. As you lose fuel, you have to make some adjustments here and there. Or if the temperature changes, which technically changes the Mach, you'll have to make adjustments there too, but very, very small ones. Oh yeah, I didn't do that this time. I'll give you guys a subscriber count. We just hit 5,100, which is pretty sweet. Pretty awesome. This channel's been growing crazy after the last 2-3 months. I do have to thank Mr. Flights and Gaming for getting me to stream. That was kind of his idea.
Passing 13,000, resume normal speed. Passing 13,000, resume normal speed. About 9 heavy. United 1520 cross river at and maintain flight level 200.
I heard him say cross liver.
United 1520 cross river at and maintain flight level 200.
Cross, what was the waypoint again? Sorry, for United 1520.
United 1520 cross river at and maintain flight level 200.
Feel bad for this guy. Feel bad for both of them.
Cross river and maintain flight level 200 for United 1520.
Chicago Center, hello, Delta 2723.
Chicago!
Delta 2723, Chicago Center, welcome.
Chicago Center, United 2485, holding short, November 5 to 8 right.
United 2485, turn left heading 250, runway 28.
Alright, let me do my cruise check here, or top of climb check I should say. A bit late on this, but we made it. They said 26 minutes. We did it in much earlier than that. We did it in probably 20 minutes. And we did get a cut on route though. That's most likely true too. They wanted to do it 10,200 pounds remaining. We got 9,900 remaining, and that's because I knocked off some gas, so we're still fine. And the minimum fuel is 9,200, so we're 800 above minimum, so we're more than okay right now. Doing just fine. RVSM is all checked. The belts are still off.
United 1520. What runway should we expect for arrival?
Read the ATIS.
United 1520, expect 28 center.
Roger, expecting 28 center, United 1520.
Oh, did it? Oh, it did. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for that. Let me... You know what? The entire program just fell off, so... I got that working for you guys. Thanks, Flightsim. Let me know if I can use your real name. I'm never sure if I can call you your real name or not. I'll keep it to Flightsim Gaming, though, if you want. There we go. By the way, guys, if you ever watch or if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll notice my my call sign anytime is going to be 1333, as my rural carrier is different. So sometimes I fly the actual number, but most oftentimes I'm flying 1333. So if I hear that number, I know it's, oh, that was supposed to be for me. Just getting the overlay back up for you guys. Stand by. I don't know why it crashed. There we go. Bring that back for you guys. Doesn't have all the info.
Chicago Center, number 5083, I'm sorry. Just, you give us the back stroke when you give us our approach.
Wait, I think I know why.
5083, you can fly heading 270 vectors for the approach and maintain 3000.
Copy that. We're flying heading 270 to maintain 3000, number 5083.
There we go. Look at me being a streamer. Yeah, if you guys want actual content, go watch Flight Sim Gaming or CSD Gaming or Owls FS. I just make planes go up and down. There we go.
5962, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 22 left.
You can see our speed is pretty nice and chill. Haven't touched the throttle since, or the thrust lever, I should say. I just left them there. Very small increments and you're good to go. Now, I'm going to ask for something. I'm going to ask for direct Charlie X-Ray Romeo, just because I want to see if I can get a cut to save some time. Chicago Center, Never 1333, request.
Endeavor 1333, say your request.
I'd like to direct Charlie X-Ray Romeo further down the route there, if possible. Charlie X-Ray Romeo.
Endeavor 1333, stand by.
And center, Bishop 1033, Pirate. We're getting about plus minus 10 knots here, wind shear on final.
Clear 1033, everything.
You land always full flat?
1333, clear direct Charlie X-Ray Romeo.
Clear direct Charlie X-Ray Romeo, Never 1333, thank you. See, if you guys don't ask, you don't get. Charlie X-Ray Romeo. Let's cut all that garbage away. Boom, go, direct. FMS2's captured. Center the heading. Although that's actually wrong, but we'll just do that again. Execute that. Alright. Sweet. I don't think that shaved that much time, but the essence of the story is always ask for what you want, and you may receive. What the worst they can say is no, go away. Sorry, I didn't get your comment there, Day. Night Procedures. Hello, first time catching one of your streams. Well, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoy. Feel free to join the Discord and ask questions.
Yeah, 2485,
yeah, it's basically it.
340 and direct PQ.
Direct PQ going up 340, United 2485.
Holy, that sub count's going up quick. Did I see that right?
American 3084, request taxi.
How did we go from
We hit 3084,
102 to 512?
Taxi via Alpha 13, Victor.
Kyle, yeah, we always do full flap unless it's a single engine operation in terms of like you have an engine failure. You'll be landing flap 20 as a max flap.
83, turn left heading 220.
220, number 50.
Oh, we lost a sub. All right, guys, I quit. Oh, we got it back. All right, never mind. We're good. We'll keep streaming. All right, I'm texting Flight Sim Gaming right now. He's giving me some awesome tips right now.
In Endeavor 5083 to Grand Rapids Airport, 11 o'clock, 10 miles, report the field in sight.
We got the field in sight for Endeavor 5083.
I don't know if I'm doing this properly.
Endeavor 5083, cleared visual approach to runway 17, runway 17, cleared to land.
Runway visual, runway 17, runway 17, cleared to land, Endeavor 5083.
United 2485, resume normal speed.
Resume normal speed, United 2485.
That work?
Chicago Center, Southwest Cincinnati. Clear runway 22 left.
I don't think that works. Stand by. Oh, I did just the wrong one. That makes sense.
Ground, good night.
Over the ground, Southwest Cincinnati. Good night.
Day says, good to be here. I think just missed you on MSP Center. I'm Delta 275. Were you the Embraer? I guess I wouldn't be Delta, but yeah, I guess I just missed you. There's someone else parked to me. I don't know who it was though. Where are you going? I'm going over to LaGuardia. And they said, is the customary for flight crews to tip their shuttle driver? Yeah, so most airlines, I don't know every airline, but most airlines will actually give you tip money every month, and that is to be used for tip. So we tip, usually it's $1 each person. And what happens is, I usually when I land, I'll tell the captain, I'll say, I got tonight, don't worry. And that just means I'll give him $2, or the driver $2 tonight. And in the morning, the captain will give $2. That way, I'm covering the captain that night, the captain covers me the next morning. That kind of thing. It's very rare that someone, you know, the guy gets 4 ones from 4 individual people. Usually it's 2 ones per 2 people.
Fire at maintain.
Yeah, good question. No, I was at 350 headed there. Oh, okay, no, I didn't even see that. I don't have my FS TL working too well just yet, so.
United 1520 cross fire at and maintain 90,000. Be O'Hare altimeter 2938.
Okay, cross fire at 90,000. O'Hare altimeter 2938. United 1520.
Well, I did something, Flight Sim game. I made it a black. I made it a white box. Let me go look at your settings a bit more in depth, though.
November 400 Tango Golf, Chicago Center, cleared to the Chicago Airport via radar vector Worko.
Keep saying, oh,
filed.
Maintain
3,000. Expect 14,000.
Don't worry about that.
After departure. Departure this frequency, squawk 4720.
Clearance to Chicago City, initial flight to 3,000 feet, navigation to
American 3084 holding short on
oh, jeez.
Okay, American 3084, next time please don't step on another pilot. American 3084,
that's awesome.
140, runway 22 left, clear for takeoff.
American 3084, copy that. I'm sorry, I, for whatever reason, cannot hear other traffic.
Yeah, I was getting that too. I feel you, my brother.
4 confirmed, turn left heading 140, runway 22 left, clear for takeoff.
And we'll turn left heading 140, 22 left, clear for departure.
Yeah, no worries. I'm trying to fix it right now.
And November 400 Tango Golf.
Not a big problem.
Read back is correct, and just advise when you're ready for taxi.
Yeah, we call you when we're ready for taxi.
That kind of worked. Did I do it?
Cargo 541.
I don't know if I did it, but there you go. Alright, I think someone's botting at this point. There's no way we're getting this many subscribers.
On the Cargo 541, contact
Harris says, do the controllers are ruthless. I think VATSIM simulates range and stuff now. I didn't hear that dude either. Yeah. Yeah, I had that problem in Mini.
Bravo Delta 2722.
And yeah, Vasco controllers are a lot more like direct, we'll say, than real world controllers. Real world controllers, unless it's like LaGuardia and Biz, like peak time or something like that, are very chill. There's a mutual respect. Obviously, everyone's been type rated pilot wise, and you know, a lot of training's gone in, a lot of money's gone into your profession, and you take it seriously. And then on the controller side, the same thing. So everyone has a bit of a mutual respect, and people make mistakes, right? So move it in the clouds. I think it's good. Let's go over here. Nope. I don't think so.
November 400
but it's better.
Tango Golf.
Here's a test.
November 400 Tango Golf, runway 24,
oh, yeah.
taxi via Alpha.
I think it worked.
Cross runway.
The passengers might have had a freak attack, but there we go. Oh, it's capping me at 35. I think it worked.
American 3084, radar contact to altitude.
American 3084, 4,400 feet climbing.
American 3084, the O'Hare altimeter is 2938, verify your altitude.
American 3084, and we are now passing 4,400 feet.
American 3084, thank you, climb and maintain flight level 350 and leaving 1000, resume normal speed.
Leaving 1000, resume normal speed, climb maintain flight level 350.
1520, expect the ILS runway 28 center approach, flighting 210, vectors for the approach, maintain 9,000.
Oh, now I'm getting creative. You guys see what I'm doing here?
Expecting ILS 28 center, left 210, and maintain 9,000, United 1520.
American 3084, clear direct mobile.
Clear direct mobile, American 3084.
Mobile? He's going to Toronto. Guaranteed. Alright, let's add a little bit of flood on this. A little bit of circuit breaker light. Bring our displays down.
1211, say again.
Unit 1211, information Juliet, the CDC got cut off, so I don't know if you want us to advise the
Bring this all down.
Yeah,
Bring that down.
Chicago Center, push and start at your discretion. Expect runway 22 left for departure, so you could exit out the south port. That would be great.
Alright, so actually, I'll flip the south side, expect 22 left for discretion.
Number 57 Golf Tango, Indy Center is offline. Change to advisory frequency approved.
Alright, change it back to same good night.
Endeavor 5083, welcome to Grand Rapids, taxi to parking via Bravo Victor, cross runway 26 left on Bravo. Taxi parking via Bravo Victor, cross 26 left on Bravo, for that was the meeting. And then who else was calling in?
It's good, just crop it. Oh wait, I'm missing these calls here. That's what definitely aren't shy to tell you how they feel. Yeah, I mean, real ones aren't either, but they're just a bit more patience and understanding, I guess. Harris says, I think they see some of the highlights like NYC and they try to do it on sim. Probably.
You know, 1520 to
probably try to be cool. It's good, just crop it now. I can do that.
All aircraft Chicago Center is going to be closing up in about
Chicago. You guys know what I'm saying? Go listen to, literally, I think it's called Chicago by Frank Sinatra.
Mike Alpha with you at 7,500 feet for Lewis.
Ready to take off.
November 872 Mike Alpha, Chicago Center. You said you're VFR to Lewis?
Yep.
Yup.
November 872 Mike Alpha, Chicago Center. Welcome, maintain VFR.
Maintain VFR.
Yep.
Welcome to Mike Alpha.
And number 400 Tango Golf Fly runway, heading runway 23 cleared for takeoff. Or sorry, runway 24 cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, fly runway heading.
Look at that. Oh, getting fancy in here. Guys, I think that subscriber count's like way off. there's no way that it went up that high. Or someone's doing some mischievous stuff right now. Shaq, I'm calling you out, man. Last time we hit 5, like, I'll get some friends. Went up to 5 immediately, man. I don't know. Sketched me out. And then the next day, 5 left. Or 8 of them left.
American
Just screaming. I see you've expat down there. You headed over this year? Yeah, so if I get I've booked my hotel. My schedule for next month for my company should be coming out, hopefully the pre-sched in a couple days. And I'll have an idea if I get the days off or not. If I get the days off, I'm jump seating over to Boston and taking the train. If I don't get the time off, I am refunding my hotel.
Yeah, 1520, descend and maintain 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000 out of 1520.
Yeah, we're just cruising along, just chilling. You can see that the airplane has no auto throttle, but you kind of don't need it. I mean, everything's looking good. What did I just click? Oh, I can't click this in. That's interesting. Anyways, haven't touched the thrust once, even with that weather bump. It just stays where it is. Just be very smooth with it. I'm gonna take, oh, I guess I can't take a break because VATSIM is online. Alright, I'll see if I can step away for a bit. And Center Endeavour 1333, it's possible to step away 5 minutes.
Endeavour 1333, stand by. Let me pass you off to the next controller.
Okay, sounds good, Endeavour 1333.
Chicago Center, November 400 Tango Golf, request flight direct to Foley, Bravo Uniform, Lima, Yankee.
Oh, you're gonna be there too? Sweet, sweet, sweet. Maybe I'll try to get a shirt that has my name on it or something.
Sorry, number 400 Tango Golf.
I don't think it's accurate, Lonnie. I'm not sure.
Code, climb and maintain 14,000.
David, Buco, climb and maintain 14,000. 400.
I don't think so. Got a kick in the butt by something, and then it's gone. You guys sure you want real time? Look how beautiful the sim is. All you see is dark. Well, that looks pretty cool. That looks really real, actually. How the level of brightness that is. Let's turn that down.
2485, I'm closing up here. Contact Kansas City Center 125.72.
All right, we're going over to 12572 for United 2485.
Oh, it's bright in here.
Endeavour 1333, contact Cleveland Center 119.87.
1987, Endeavour 1333. Have yourself a good night.
Good night. November 872, Mike Alpha. Unfortunately, I'm closing.
Boom. Cleveland Center, they say. So same thing to check out with Cleveland Center. I'm going to say Cleveland Center, Endeavour 1333, flight level 350. Cleveland Center, Endeavour 1333, flight level 350, and requesting 5 minutes of AFK time. Throw it all in one clearance, let's see. He's like, no. I will not read back to you. Give it a couple seconds.
Endeavour 1333, Cleveland Center, 5 minutes is approved. Let me know when you're back.
Okay, we'll do. Thanks, Endeavour 1333. See, there's no rush to call back. Everybody's in a big rush to call back if they don't hear the first one. Give them 2 seconds. They're probably just sleeping. So, anyways, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll give you guys my beautiful Be Right Back screen that I've developed here. with the help of Own 3D or whatever that program is called. Anyways, enjoy.
American 8301, Indy offline, radar surface 796.
Frequency change, crew 822, longevity.
American 519, descend and maintain 3000.
3000, American 519.
I expect a visual runway 21 left.
Let's go to visuals. 21 left, American 519.
Last aircraft following, say again. Galaxy Golf, Papa, Lima, Kilo, Juliet, the ramp, cross from my 24 left.
Golf of
American 519, turn left heading 290, vectors to approach.
290, vectors to approach, American 519. And American 519, we got the field inside if you still want to give us some visual.
Yeah, I was going to send you around, that suits me. Clear for visual on my 21 left or my 21 left, take man.
Appreciate it. Cleared 21 left, American to 519.
Alright, I am back. You let me know, guys, if the stream is too loud, audio sound, like sim sounds or whatever. Let me know. I just put the sim down a little bit. Seemed a bit loud when I was watching on my phone. Center Endeavor 1333, we're back with you now. I don't know if that was actually 5 minutes or not, but let's see what we got going. Progress page, another hour and 17 minutes. Let's go here and lower this. This is way too bright. In the flight deck, real world, we want to get everything as dim as possible. Is how we like it. That's because if you have it too bright in your flight deck, it ruins your outside vision of how much you can see. So let's go back and LaGuardia. Oh, too bright. The star is the MIP. That's weird. Wait a minute. I guess the Milton 4 is the MIP 4.
Back in 519, actually, sorry, you're not
Yeah,
quite safe.
there it is, MIP 4. Like, wait a minute. Alright, so they got a restriction of 210 or greater. For them, for anything capable, so we're gonna hold 250, obviously below 10. We're coming in from ETG. Pretty standard. And then we're probably gonna get thrown around over to runway 22. So let's pin that. Let's check up on approach. That's too bright. ILS 22. We'll pin that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get vectored or not, but we'll see.
New York, 132.17.
Spectrator vectors to final approach. There you go. So I'll probably get vectored out, probably this way actually, along the river, because this side's Kennedy. Newark kind of stays over this side, and LaGuardia kind of gets to this area to play with. That's kind of the plan. And we'll start approach prepping shortly. If you guys don't know, my approach setup is pretty simple. It's weather, weights, plates. So we'll get the weather, find out what the runway use is and the approach in use. Get your landing weight, which gives you your landing speeds and your V2 go around and your VT in a go around. So that's all taken care of. And then your plate, what approach plate you're doing, and from that plate you can grab MDA, you can grab localizer frequencies, you can grab, you could do any cold weather corrections you have to do to that chart, things like that. And the last thing is the FMS. That's the last thing in the setup. Dash says, hello, Go Leafs Go. Are they winning? Let me know if they're winning. Let me catch up in chat here. 100% accurate. It's a live counter. Yeah, I just don't trust it. I think someone's botting that live counter. Like, if when I started this stream, we were at 5,102, something like that. There's no way that 18 people just subbed. I refuse to believe that. A similar screen at night, it does look pretty damn good at night. Luce, welcome. Leafs game win game 6 on the road. We'll see. What's the score right now? Did they already finish? Oh, they did finish. Cool. Nice. I thought they were going to choke. I'm about to ask the flight number. Biscoff? No, I actually don't like those cookies that much. I'm not a big fan. Well, let me get rid of this menu there for you. Hey, Chad, welcome. Might catch you on the way into LaGuardia. Oh, what's your flight number? Where are you going? Or I guess you're in LaGuardia, but where are you coming from? Leafs Force Game 7 versus Florida. Yeah, we'll see what makes it out of that one. I have zero faith in the Leafs. I'm just gonna tell you, I have zero faith. I've seen them choke year after year. I really don't care anymore. I don't pay attention to it. I'm more of a Formula 1 guy now. I'm not even big in sports in general, but if I'm gonna care, it'll be Formula 1 or the World Cup for soccer. Oh yeah, I went to the kitchen to get more water. That's my main intention for taking a break, and I didn't get water. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna get water.
American 565, descend via the Demi 5 arrival, Pittsburgh, landing west to Pittsburgh, altimeter 2970.
Altimeter 2970 and descend via the Demi 5.
If you guys liked it before, for whoever who were there last time, I did a airplane at RJ Trivia, different speeds and weights and things. If you want to play that again, I can get my iPad and we can pop some questions out. I'll make a poll. I love these polls. I love F1. I'm a Ferrari fan, so I know about team choking. Yeah, Ferrari's having a rough go at it. I kind of feel bad for Lewis. I actually kind of think Lewis should have just stayed at Mercedes. I'm one of those guys. He should have just stayed there. Just stay there, retire there, call it a career. He did good. He got kind of got screwed over with his 8th championship, which he should have had. That's how you felt after Game 7? Yeah, that was bad last year too. I don't care anymore. I don't care. We're not going to talk about it. They're just going to choke anyways. Anthony says, I'm more of a NASCAR guy. I never got into NASCAR. And below this weekend, Pastor probably going to win. Hopefully Hamilton, though. Yeah, I mean, Pastor's been doing really good. I'm kind of starting to think Norris is getting a little jelly. A little pissed off. And Verstappen is pissed off at his car. Kimmy is doing good. I just kind of, I don't think. Oh, I think Lewis Hamilton's strategy and race style, and I have no idea what I'm talking about, so I'm making this up as I go. But the feeling I get is Lewis Hamilton's comes from Mercedes, which is, German, it's very structured probably. And Italians aren't that structured. It's just like, go race the car, bro. And there's not much coordination there, it seems. So I think he kind of liked the atmosphere, is the feeling I get better at Mercedes with Toto in charge. Could be wrong. I'm making complete outside of the box my own opinion and observation, but 100% Lando is jealous. Piastri is better driver. Lando's too much in his head. Yeah. I'm sure I can get to you. I mean, I've never obviously raced cars, but you'll be like, if you bring it back to a flying perspective, learning to land a new airplane, for example, you'll have some rough goes at it, and it will start to hit your confidence if it's a couple bad landings, in a row. Even if I have like a bit more of a rougher landing nowadays, I'm kind of like, that kind of sucked, and you kind of feel bad, and then you do the next flight and you're fine. But so imagine that kind of pressure or that kind of feeling, but stacked over weeks, probably starts to get to you. Whereas Piastri just doesn't care about anything. I've started to take that kind of that mentality, just take it as it goes, type of thing. And the Merc car was super aerodynamic, where Ferrari is more engine power. He's just got to adapt, give it a year or so. Yeah, we'll see. I think he'll do fine. I don't think I'm not part of the whole he's washed up bandwagon yet. I think he's pissed off and wants revenge for that champion he didn't get, championship, personally. I think sounds pretty accurate. Yeah, again, I have my level of Formula One knowledge comes from Drives to Survive and some highlights that I watch. That is the level you're dealing with, and I've seen all the seasons twice, so call me a veteran season watcher, but that is the level of F1 I am, and a couple F1 racing games that I've played with VR. So take me with a grain of salt for F1, but that's just the feeling I get. Chat says Delta 5298 coming out of Pittsburgh. MD-82, that's an awesome plane. I want to get back into that, and I want to get back into the MD-11 as well. I loved both of those. Well, it looks like the poll wants RJ trivia, so let me get some question inspiration. Do we have 6 planes in line to LaGuardia, including Chad out of Pittsburgh? Harris said a word. Do we? Oh no. Let me check. Step 1, find where I am. That's seeming more difficult.
2048.
Oh, I found myself just over Detroit.
Should I accept a,
Got someone behind me going to LaGuardia.
Sorry.
Oh, Dash, you're flying with us? Well, that's awesome.
Alright, 2-1 left, right here. 148.
Got a 320 going to LaGuardia out of Detroit.
2048, fly heading 280, vector approach.
That's all I really see.
Heading 280 and maintain 4,000.
Alright, let me get some questions here for you guys. I'll just read them these quickly. Man, you gotta go see race in Montreal. Yeah, that sounds awesome. We should go together. That'd be awesome. We can go together. We'll do. We can stand by over there. Yeah, I'm pretty new. Well, been watching for 2 seasons. Yeah, I can't even watch it live. I don't, because it's, you know, I'm in North America, so the time difference will be insane to watch that stuff live, unless it's in the States or something. Harris says finally got into the air. Nice, awesome. We are. Are you Delta?
4,000 and we'll turn left at 34.
1487? Is that you? I really want to go stay with family in Florida and catch the Miami Grand Prix one of these years. That'd be sweet, yeah. Here's the first trivia question for you guys. We're coming up on some clouds. We're probably not going to go in them, but let's say we went in them. Judging with the temperature, would we need any anti-icing on? Yes or no? I'll leave you with that one. Anti-ice required right now, yes or no, if we get into a cloud?
Yeah, it's 1225, clear direct Ashen.
Dark Ashen, yeah, 1225.
You're United 1211? Where the hell? I'll just look it up. Yeah, 12. Oh, you're in Chicago. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, you're a little bit behind then. No worries. Dash says yes. Epus comp on. Don't. Please stop. Next thing I want to see is flap half speed. Nathan says yes. Harris says can't remember or can't answer. It's cheating. Yeah, that's good. Yes, but under 250 knots. Max L says no. Max, you are correct. Anyone know why we don't need anti-icing right now? It has to do with this stuff right here. So if we got into a cloud, we still wouldn't need anti-icing. Oh, here's a good question. I just got one. I'm gonna write them out in poll style, so you guys can answer them with a poll. On fault coming up next. Yeah, no, thank you. Vera says unlikely ice doesn't usually form below -40 except convective conditions. That's at -40 question mark. A ground speed. Altitude about 300. So Max, you're correct. You're correct for the wrong reason because you said ground speed. The reason is the SAT is a -50. So anything below -40, the ice won't form unless it's a very interesting situation. But 99.9% ice won't form. If ice did happen to form, then we can throw on the wings and cowls. But because it's below -40 with the saturated air temperature or static air temperature, sorry, we do not need any anti-icing system. So next question, I'm going to type this out in the poll.
For 2048, turn left heading 250 to intercept the runway 21. The localize of the field will be at your 11 o'clock into 0 miles. What's on the
Fairly risky, but left heading 250 to
So I'll post the question.
I think it might be some issue with the frequencies. 119.87.
The yes or no's are kind of irrelevant, so don't put yes or no, but I just typed the question in there. And you guys can all type your answers But Dash, yeah, too cold. Yeah, the yes or no is not correct, but the question is correct. So the question is, what is the maximum altitude that you can start your APU? Let's say at an engine, let's say at an engine fail, and you do all the procedures, and then you get to the checklist item that says APU if available, blank altitude and below, start. What is the maximum starting altitude for the CRJ 900?
Alright, over tower 3. Sorry, 5.50.
Yeah, 354 something.
Right, thanks.
We got a 5,000 feet. Dash says any altitude. Day says 10,000 feet. It's gonna be a little bit higher. This thing is rated for 41 grand, so you can have an engine failure anytime. A little bit higher than 10.
Got 2604 radar contact lost down.
Dash with the correct answer of 37,000 feet. I don't know if you're guessing that because your next one was 15,000, but 37,000 feet is actually the, yes, that is the correct altitude. You can start the APU in the CRJ 900 from 37,000 feet and below at its absolute maximum. Next question. Let me see if I can actually get an actual answer for this one. How much time we got to go? I'll keep doing this till we're over New York. Now you got tons of time. All right, plus 10 minutes for the approach. I'm gonna type the next question out here.
Back in 565, so make sure you're heading 300.
300, Max 565.
American 565, 11 miles from Hallen, maintain 4,000 till established, safe ILS, runway 2 at left approach.
Maintain 4,000 to establish clear for ILS 28 left, Max 565.
American 565, wind 200 at 10, runway 2 at left, safe land.
Clear land 28 left, Max 565.
Got 1487, cleared direct, heating, Echo Tango Golf, if I didn't already.
There we go. Next question is published.
Yep, you already gave it to us, thanks.
Why would you need the APU at 37,000? Flight Sim game, imagine, or Lonnie I should say, imagine you're at 35,000 like we are right now. We lost an engine. So once you start doing your, you drift down procedures and you're starting to drift down at the correct speed with the single engine and you've completed the checklist, your one engine is now the only sole provider of any bleed air and electricity. So you always want to have some sort of a backup because if that other engine fails, now you got nothing. So go to the electric page. You had engine fail, you throw the APU online, and the APU would take over the excess load, so the engine, or so everything can be powered nicely and nothing has to be shed. 900 is pretty good about not shedding a lot of stuff. The 200 was much worse, if that makes sense. Fun fact, CRJ fact, we have pretty much the same fuel burn as an A320. Really, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. It's actually not that good because that means we're pretty inefficient because the 320 can carry a lot more people. All right, go put your answers in the polls. What is the max flap 20 speed? So if I go flap 20, what's the max indicated airspeed I can go?
Delta 1487, I'm closing, New York closing, radar services terminated, frequency change.
Ooh, I just thought of a great question. All right, we'll end the poll there.
Never 1333, I'm closing.
Answer B, it's always B. It's actually C. 220 knots is the maximum flap 8 speed. Fun fact, you can get flap 1 and 8 out at 230. You can get gear down and flap 20 out at 220. Think flap 20, 220, flap 20, 220. You'll kind of remember that. All right, next question. This is actually a good one. I'm proud of thinking of this.
advisory is elevated in
Hydraulic pumps. I got a couple questions at this one. Why does every switch have auto except this switch right here? This has off or on. This is on off auto. This one has on off auto. And this one has on off auto. But this has only off and on. Why is that? Nice, you got it? Awesome. Center logged off? Oh, that's not good. What shall we do? We'll be fine. Ooh, DCA has ground. That's kind of cool. 220 seemed to be the obvious. Yeah. Maybe I'll make it 219 next time. Add a bit of thrust here for our loss of speed. That's the question, guys. Why does this have on, off, auto? This switch has... It's kind of in the label there. I don't know if you can see it. Whoa. This has on, off, auto. This only has off and on. This has on, off, auto. And this has off, on, off, auto. So all of them have on, off, auto, except for this only has off and on. So it's either yay or nay for that one. Why? Because it's the more important one. I get there's a word we use for that, but yeah, kinda and not really. Because auto is MEL. these are awesome answers. I like these. I said it's tutorial, but I can't remember. Oh, it's all good. Joey says they didn't want to pay for the 3-position switch. All right, we'll go to the hydraulic page. Take a look at this screen here. We got 1A that comes from the engine. We don't have a switch for that. The only controls we have for the 1 and 2A switches, or the hydraulics, are right here. Hydraulic SOVs. These are shut-off valves. So if we had a hydraulic problem in the engine, we can shut the hydraulic down, but we can't turn it back on. So those are them. Then we have hydraulic 1B, 3A, 3B, 2B. 1B, 3A, 3B, 2B. 3A, 3B, 2B, sorry. All B's except for this pump. This is an A pump. All your A pumps are primary pumps. So all your primary pumps are either on or they're off. All your B pumps can be on, off, or auto. And right now all the B pumps are in auto. Notice they're not pressurized. Let me bring the screen up a little bit more. The B pumps are black down here. There's no pressure coming to them or going to them. And that's because the flaps are in the 0 position. As soon as we go flaps 1 or bring the flaps out of 0, all these B pumps will kick on, and you'll hear an increased whine on the ground. Next time you put the flap out with the Boris sound pack, put your flaps out and you should hear an increased whininess. That's all the B pumps kicking on. And that's just a little safety measure that if you're on, the flaps are only out for what time? Takeoff and landing usually. So during takeoff and landing you have 3 extra backup pumps for the hydraulics. So that's why there's no auto for this. It's either on or off. We are turning. Oh, I just hit my altitude by accident. Let's bring that back up to 35. You guys want to keep doing more trivia, or do you want to stop it there? You let me know. Hello, Monsieur. Hello, I'm the CRJ. Do you test called the... Sorry. Hello. I'm the CRJ. Do you test called the fuel feed test or something like that? I'll be honest, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, but you will feed something. No, if it is tested, that's a maintenance item. There's a bunch of stuff that's maintenance item tests. Like these windshield tests, that's a maintenance one that's done, at least for my company. Fuel feed. Yeah, no, I've never seen or heard of that test. Unless you're talking about the fuel check valve. And what that means, after we start an engine, we'll take both fuel pumps off, and you'll get the pressure caution. If that's what you're talking about, then yes. It's called a fuel check valve test. and you're basically making sure that with the switch off, you'll get that that pressurization light that comes on. To trip up Airbus pilots transferring into the type, I'm learning so much for an AC I don't fly. Yeah. Airsoft need to do a A200. I assume you mean A220, so you can teach us the cooked. Oh, sorry, the CRJ 200, the cooked bleed system. Yeah, no one wants that. No one wants a 200. Trust me. Just got in the air finally. Oh, cool. No worries. I can slow it down if you guys. Actually, I can't because my girlfriend's begging me to play Fortnite right now. Fuel check valve. That's it. Yeah. Tell me about that. Sure. What would you like to know about it when we perform it?
Detroit departure number 57600 at 7,000, going up to 11,000, going to Chicago.
Sorry, I just came back. I had a thing I had to attend to there. So what is it and what does it happen? Sorry, what is it and when does happen? What's the purpose? So for our company, it happens the first flight of day. It might be different depending on the operator, but if it's the very first flight that the airplane's done that day, we're going to start the left engine first rather than the right engine. And we're going to, once the engine is fully up and running, we're going to turn these two pumps off, and you should get 3 caution messages you'll get left fuel pump, right fuel pump, and then the engine that hasn't been started, you'll verify that it'll say, in that case, because you started the left, it'll say right engine fuel press. And just to make sure that caution light does come on. And if they all three come on, you go click, click, and you can start the next engine. And now when we get to our destination, that's on the startup. When we get to our destination, we'll shut down the left engine. We'll do a single engine taxi after we get 2 minutes in the bleed system. And we will, again, turn both pumps off. Although this time, because the left is shut down, you get left pump, and left engine fuel press. So you're going to make sure you got those warnings. It's a double check. Only the first flight of day. Here says do the fuel pump button. Do the fuel pump push buttons turn on the fuel pumps? Yeah, basically. Does vertical DTO work in this thing for advisory VNAV? Not really. It doesn't work. I mean, you can see them jumping around. I wouldn't use it. What I do in the sim is I'll look for the waypoint that requires a feet per minute, and I'll build my own descent path. So if I need to make a restriction, let's say it says I need to be at 15,000 feet, I'll take into account a tailwind or icing conditions. So today we have a 90 knot tailwind, so I'll start a bit earlier, and no icing, maybe some icing conditions exist down below. So I'll start when it says I need 2,600 feet a minute to reach 15 grand. By that waypoint, I'll go down at 3,000. 3,000 is what I always want to target. If it's a dry day, gorgeous outside, I'll wait till it says 28. I always lead it by at least 2, so I have some slowdown time. But I don't use this feature, and I honestly don't use this feature that much in real world either. What does he mean by DTO? Direct. I think he's talking about that's more of a Q400 thing, but I think he means this. You press direct intercept, and then you'd press this button here. That would activate 350 and give you some VNAV. It would basically kind of an advisory VNAV descent to that point now. That's more of a Q400 terminology, a DTO. But I've jump seated enough to know. I think that's what he's getting at. Don't know why that's so bright. There we go. Does it have an option for single QFD? It unfortunately does. I don't know why you do that to yourself, but you go options. It's in here somewhere. Here it does. Single Q, dual Q. We're on dual Q right now. Are you a dash driver? No worries, my friend. Yeah, DTO is more of a dash thing. It quote works in the RJ in real life, but we hardly use it. We all just do mental, not even mental math. We just look at when it requires a certain feet per minute, we'll go down at 3. It's always 3,000 feet per minute idle thrust, and that gives us a nice descent. The most efficient descent because we can hold idle thrust at 290 knots. So if the waypoint requires 2,800, we'll go down at 3. If the waypoint that you're flying into has icing conditions and you have a tailwind, you'll go down a bit earlier. So the rule of thumb for the tailwind is every 10 knots you have of tailwind, you'll knock off 0.1 degree on your descent path. So if I go to the VNAV page, next page, our default descent path is 4 degrees in our descents. Because we have about, I'm going to call it 80 knots or probably 70 knots of actual tailwind, I would have to knock off basically 0.7. So it'd be a 3.3 degree descent. So I'd be starting to descent a lot earlier, if that makes sense. In the sim, it's so draggy in the current build that you can basically start when it says 4,000 a minute, you can go, and it won't matter. In the next one that I'm beta testing and getting that flight model all good for you guys, that one will be very hard to slow down, or at least it'll be realistic to how it is to slow down. Do they only one engine taxi for first flight of day? Negative. Matt, you could do a dual engine taxi or a single engine taxi, but we can do single engine taxi-ins or taxi outs at the captain's discretion. Well, let me backtrack. On the first flight of day after landing, if you didn't get the fuel check valve test on a single engine taxi, you're gonna have to stop at the gate and do it. Sweet, thanks. Our company still has single queue. Yeah, sorry for you. Sorry. I'll make that subscriber window a little smaller. Looks like it's kind of blinding you guys there. There we go. It looks a little better. Yeah, let's carry on with the how much time we got? Should probably start planning something. Alright, 30 minutes, I'll start planning something. So let's do weather, weights, plates. This is my a little rhyme that I got from a training captain and I stole it. Oh, contact me. Awesome timing. What do they want? It's auto ATC? Go away. Alright. Flight plan, refresh METAR. I'm gonna get the ATIS as well. LaGuardia ATIS is online. It's very light wind, 170 at 3 knots, 10 miles VFR. Overcast 23 grand, 18 degrees, 207.2 in the altimeter. We'll plug that in our standby. Have it there when we're ready. But Jay White, if you're still in here, the CRJ is a much dumber airplane than the Q. To get back to your DTO question there. They're using ILS 22, landing 22, departing 13, blah blah blah, center information tango. Alright, so we know what approaches you need. That's the first thing. Weather, weights, plates. Weather, we got the approach, we have the weather as well. So we've already kind of planned this. The next thing is going to be weight. So let's go over here. Perf page. Perf in it. This is a bug that's currently happening where it's not updating the fuel or the gross weight. So I'm just going to type this in again. 5720. Don't do that in real life. You're not supposed to. We got a gross of weight of 76 basically. I just like to update that here. What we're actually supposed to do is get our 0 fuel weight, and we're going to add it to our predicted landing weight. Now there's many ways you can do this in the real plane. It should be already shown here. It will be in the next version. It should be shown here, but it's usually wrong. And you also can find it on the flight plan. The flight plan predicts, we'll see how close it is. The flight plan actually predicts 4,700. 37, and this is predicting 4,780 or 4,785. That's pretty close. We'll go with this number. So this is our predicted fuel on landing in LaGuardia. So we're going to add our predicted fuel, which is we'll round up to 5,000 pounds to 70. So we're going to be at 70. Oh, we're basically right at the we're right at the max landing weight. Okay, we're not going to round up. So 4,700, 4750. We'll split the flight plan in this prediction, plus 70,100 brings us to 74,800. Our max landing weight in the CRJ 900 is 75,100. So we're 300 pounds away from our max landing weight. And this is what I was talking about, that in SimBrief, they plan you right to the edge, right to the limit of what you're going to get out of this airplane. But that doesn't make sense, because I think we took off a little... Oh, never mind. This is calculating our current fuel. That's not actually our takeoff weight. That makes sense. So, yeah, we had... Oh, that was actually wrong. So let's fix that. 69,359 is what we actually had. 69,359. Hey, here we go. Now we're better, closer to the limit. I like to have a little bit more fudge factor than that. So 69,359 plus 4,750 brings us to a 74,100 pound landing. So we'll go to this performance tab here. In the bottom right, we'll press takeoff and landing. We'll refresh the METAR. We're landing at 74,109 to be completely exact. The wind is no gust, so we're not going to add any of this gust factor. Keep it on VREF. Reverses, we'll go none. We only use... so in real life, I see a lot of people in the sim crank the reverser in all the airplanes. In real world, we try to save the reversers, just engine life-wise, and noise and all that kind of stuff. So we only do idle reverse. We hit the buttons. There's these two buttons down here. Let's get the dome light on. I'm going to be able to see it, but... Sim, please. Thanks. Alright, well, I guess you won't see it, but there's two buttons right under this the reverse throttle there, reverse handles, and that'll crack them into idle reverse, and we don't use any more than that. Unless it's a contaminated runway, snow, slush, that kind of thing, or if you need it, you need it, right? So if you need it, you need it, but we plan for idle reverse. Now I'll press calculate landing. 3,300 feet out of 7,200 feet. Let's go down here. We're going to set this up. This is our HCP, our HUD control panel. It barely works in the sim, but I'm just doing it out of habit to make sure I don't forget it. So 7,002 feet. The elevation at LaGuardia was 13 feet of the runway. And the slope, it's most likely 3 degrees, but we'll take a look-see here. My pin charts, ILS-22. Go down here. 3 degrees. Awesome. That should be on VMC. There we go. HCP is set up. This is our HUD control panel, and it controls the symbology for the HUD, which we're not going to use because we're on the right side. Alrighty, performance. Return to load sheet. These speeds are wrong, and I've messaged about that, and they will be adjusted, so I'll get you a speed card reading for those really quickly. I'll catch up with the chat real here, quick. Single key for the win? No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Throw the Durnlops out early and drag her. Yeah, that doesn't work. Dana, is it that true for the bigger aircrafts too, or for reverses? I wouldn't tell you for sure on the bigger guys. On the 3.7, I can see it being a thing. But I can tell you about the RJ, we don't use more than idle unless it's mandatory or required. We use as necessary, but on a dry day like today, we'll plan for just idle reverse. Let me get you all files here. Let's get my speed card. I'm gonna plug a runway in here because oops, there we go. Because this doesn't show any restrictions, I find, unless I have a runway plugged in there in the sim. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plug ILS-22 in there really quickly. Actually, no. ETG is behind us. Notice ETG is behind, so I'll put it in the behind section or direct MIP. I'll execute this. We'll come back to that just so it can populate some stuff in there. I can get some descent information, so we don't got to start down for quite a while. So anyways, we'll come back to that. I wouldn't do that real world, but I'm going to do it here in the sim. So we're landing at 71,000 pounds. I'm going to show you guys the speed card that I have. I have one. I found one online. This is not my company's one. I went online and I found it. You just type in CRJ 900 speed card and it came up. So I'll try to show it to you guys. Nope, we want to keep that one. Let's add a different window capture. Alrighty. So this is at 55,000 pounds. We're going to scroll to the 74,000 pound, or yeah, 74,000 pound card. Should be coming up. All right, one too many. So our VREF on landing will be 140. We'll keep that in our head shortly. Come down here. Our V2 go around is going to be 149. So we're going to go over on the captain side, although it does work on the co-pilot side, so we can do it here. I'll put the dome light on so you guys can see what I'm doing, hopefully. Get rid of that yoke. There's a switch right here. We're going to click the thicker part to V speed. And it says V1. We're going to click the select button to go to V2. Our V2 in the go around, if needed, is 149. That means if we have to go around, don't know why the FD went black. They're red. That'd be actually a failure item, but I think it's just a glitch. Anyways, if we had to go around and we had an engine failure, that's our V2 on the go around now. We'll select this over to target, and we'll set this to our VFTO, which is 198. So let me get rid of the window for you. Using this map here, 198 on the VFTO, and a V2 go around of 149 has been set. We'll set the VREF later. Don't know why we're having that FD red light come on. Let's see what I can find on my little QRH. Although I think it's just been a sim glitch. But. Yeah, I'm thinking that's just a simism. Is that true? Sorry, Richard, that gotcha, thanks. Hi. Hey, Tyler, welcome. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing good. So, I don't know if you're still here, Harris. You literally called EFIS Compmon earlier, and although I don't have the actual caution, although I should have it right now, we do have the FD flag, which falls under EFIS Compmon. I'm not lying to you. EFIS Compmon. Caution message FD. Oh, every same airspace. Oh no, it's maybe effective read requirements. FDILS guidance unreliable. Oh, I think I know what happened in the sim. Go around initiate. Well, we're not in those cases, so that's okay. I think what happened is I plugged the approach in, and it probably auto-tuned the freak or something. Well, I think that's just a simism. I haven't seen that before in the sim. That also should be co-located with an EFIS Compmon caution. But anyways, I blame you, Harris, for that. Let's keep going. Where were we? Weather weights plates. We've got all the speeds plugged in there. Let's get the plate out. So, go on this side. Whoa. We'd have to MEL that, but we're not going to do it today in the sim. Charts. I want my approach. Alright, so it's 110.5. We'll set that up. Cool thing about the RJ guys, you can actually type in the identifier. Notice it says IURD was the identifier. We could type that in here. So we'll just type IURD 10.5. I don't know why I changed it. It shouldn't have, but we'll put that in there. Did I click an ADC anywhere? No, these are all still in normal. I think I might have screwed something up on that side, but there's really nothing I can do to kind of screw that up. You know what? Maybe it's because that also should have went away. That shouldn't stay there. That's a bug too. Anyways, we'll go with it. Land what's realistic? I know, right? EFIS Compmon coming in the next build. Yeah, hopefully not. We don't want that one. EFIS Compmon, flap half speed. There's one at the gate we always get. Oh, what is it? It's a status message. Oh, what is it? Something to do with Duckmon fault. Yeah, we always get that one too. Anyways, we're gonna say that's not there for right now. But the checklist that I have is basically it's a non very really important item. So if we're IMC on the approach, we got to go around. That's basically it. We're still okay. The RVSM airspace might be affected. I'll just check the RVSM airspace requirements. We could treat this like it's real, actually, if you guys want to. Because if we don't have RVSM, we're gonna have to descend. And also Ahar's plane. Proxys. Oh yeah, that one too. Proxys fault. Let me finish my setup here and we'll get into that. Still got a long time to go anyways. So we set the freaks up. If you guys are following along, it's weather weights plates. Got the weather. We're using ILS runway 22, even though it's a visual conditions. That's what's in use. We got our landing weight, which gives us our V2 go around. Gives us our obviously our landing weight. Our VFTO in the go around. There's a contact me, and cross beauty at maintain 10,000 is what they want. No way. Oh, okay. I thought that was this one. Beauty 10,000. We can do that. F, oh, clear all that. F 10,000. 10,000 down. Calculating 5,300 a minute. No way. Wow, it actually wants 50. Okay. Auto ATC, New York Center advised cross Beauty at maintain 10,000. LaGuardia altimeter. All right, let's start going down, I guess. 10,000 set and confirmed. They want 5,000 feet a minute. We'll get on that one, pal. Kind of wish that came up earlier. We're gonna have to go full spoiler for that. I don't really want to do 5,000 a minute. That's quite insane. Although, look, this airplane's still 4,000 a minute. It's still slowing down with spoilers out. That's great. The spoilers do nothing in this airplane. So you know what? For a brief period, you're not going to see that. This is just VATSIM being VATSIM. Hey, D1P. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Kilo Mike Juliet X-ray automated weather observation.
Why am I hearing that?
00 Zulu. Wind 308 at tree. Visibility 10 in.
Go away. Guys, do I follow the auto ATC? Like, do you have to follow that on VATSIM or not really? Dude, this thing is still slowing down at 6,600 a minute with spoilers out. That is way too draggy. Let me guys know, you guys are more VATSIM-y than I am. Do I have to follow those auto ATCs? Because that's quite insane that they gave it to us that late in the game. Anyways, now we're gonna set up our ILS frequencies. We set up our HCP. We're gonna set up our MDA, which on the chart is 212. And the RJ goes up by 10s. I know in the sim it goes up by 1s, but that's wrong. It goes up by 10s, so we're gonna have to round that up from 212 to 220. That's what we would have to do. And we'll set up our approaches. I kind of already did. Runway 22 was a ref of 140. Holding at 211. 3,000 above. We'll set and confirm that. I did more than what it asked, by the way, guys, so that I can get this back to a more reasonable descent pass. I'm gonna wait till that's about 2,800 required. Beauty at 10. All right. So that's all been set. We're basically good to go. Tactical descent, yeah. You never do? Okay. If you never do, then I won't either. Yeah, no, we're not. It's not a ground stop. We're not doing that right now. Absolutely not doing that. This is realistic, though. They will get you this low at 100 miles out at LaGuardia. I can confirm that. That is realistic. But the auto ATC should not have given it to me that late in the game. Do you put throttle on idle when descending? Yes, we try to do idle descents with 3,000 feet per minute. Now, I got thrown off by auto ATC man over there, but we try to do 3,000 feet per minute idle descent, and that will allow 290 knots. So it's the most efficient descent idle that you can do. 297.2 is what was given to me. We're going to treat that guy like a clearance, so we'll say he wants it, we'll do it. Crossing Beauty at 10,000. The good thing is we can stay fast because Beauty's 10,000. Doesn't mean we have to slow down, so that's good. On the topic of EFIS Compmon, most of our jets have AHARs, and being LaGuardia based, I've become so immune to it, how often it happens there. Yeah, most of ours are IRS based. But we do have a couple AHARS ones. Anyways, we don't have to worry about ARVSM airspace now because we're out of it. So, that's good. We'll crank this guy up to 320. We'll go as fast as we can. Add a bit of thrust. At least he used to a long time ago. Isaac, another friend. So I built the whole custom SOP with pilot monitoring, pilot flying duties on the 37800. So that was a lot of fun. Let's turn that off. Yeah, it's not uncommon to be this low this far from LaGuardia, but I didn't like that the auto ATC gave me a 6,000 foot per minute descent to get to this point. Kinda needed a bit more heads up than that. But that's okay. I have a stupid theory. No, theory did not work. That was clear the FD. The altimeter is actually wrong. There we go. It said 2972 is what they gave me, so we'll do that. 72. There we go, and 72. Cool. Set up our heading bug. I'll give you guys a brief shortly. Go back to 10,000 feet. We'll do our approach checks out of 10,000. Also waiting on a contact me from New York. We'll go over here. About to get some nasty. Sorry. About to get some nasty weather here. Gonna run into the store. Go run to the store and get some beer. If you're offline when I get back, feel free to add me on FC View. If you'll, oh yeah, we use that. Name is same on here. Cool. Yeah, let me add you right now. That's awesome. Also join the Discord. Had a ball on VATS in flight. Hey, well, thanks for joining as much as you can, and go get some essential items, beer and hot dogs, and hope you come out of it okay. Alright, well, we're approaching here from the west. We're going to expect vectors onto that arrival there. Oh, there we go. So hopefully should hit, what is it here? Zoom on in. I hate this. I wish I had my Navigraph charts in here. We'll hit it, get vectored, hopefully, I assume, and we'll get thrown around the left side of LaGuardia and be brought back for the ILS-22. It'll be a visual backed up by the ILS on runway 22. And it'll be a final approach course of 224. 11, actually, let me check that's still set in there. 10-5 is still set. Left and right on approach course. We're in some cloud, temperature, way hot. Don't need anti-icing, that's good. Approach course 224, Greco is 1900, then the MDA is 220 set right. MSA high sector 2900, the missed approach is runway heading to 3000. And then the outbound radial 225 based on LaGuardia VOR to Proud. And hold, continue climb to 3000 if we didn't make it there already. In the event of missed, I'll call go around and we'll go flap 8, gear up, speed mode, heading mode, engage the output at 600 feet. Retract the flaps around, actually we'll go white needles, nav available nav mode, retract the flaps around 1,000 feet, climb thrust, and we'll get the after takeoffs done. And I'm going to put the LaGuardia VOR in here actually as a backup. It's 13.1. Put it over here as 13, oh, wrong one, 13, oh, again wrong one, 13.1. There we go. And 13.1. There we go. That way we have that just in case. And it'll be a 3-degree slope. Pappy's on the right. ALSF type 2 lighting. We'll plan to exit. No, stop. Go away. Airport. I'm gonna start slowing down because I'm probably getting some vectoring soon, so we're gonna slow to 250. Unless they got offline. LaGuardia Tower is still online. 18.7. Oh, I guess everyone got offline. Just LaGuardia Tower's on. That kind of sucks. So we'll have to vector ourselves. I'll just go on tower frequencies for now, just in case they want me. I'll just kind of listen in. I won't talk. Runway 22. Playing most likely Yankee at the end there. Maybe Charlie, but most likely Yankee. It's a short runway. This is the threats. We got short runway. And the weather should be, it said supposed to be VFR. It doesn't look like it currently, but it might be when we get down there a bit lower. It's late. Tired. And it's single pilot operations that I'm reading a chat with. And iPad stuff. Just got off for the CRJ with Hey, nice. Congratulations. What did you do before? Let's go down to 4,000 feet, and I'm going to give myself a vector. Kind of that away.
Tower, good evening, Delta 1487, Ocean Tango, we're over the Hudson downwind.
Delta 1487.
And we'll go 4,000 is confirmed. We'll do speed mode. Descend 250. We'll go idle thrust. Get our lights. We'll ding them.
And Delta 1487, just so you know, I got traffic southwest of the airport. They're at 10,000. It looks like they're basically like on a final for 4, but they're obviously not going to win. They're still at 9,400 indicated. Just not sure what they're planning on doing there. Call sign is number 1333. If you want to come on Unicom.
I have ICM there. Let me see if I can do something for
Oh, I'll go back to Unicom on him. He's going to be contacting me there. Actually, I'll go CTAF. MSP-LGA. Oh, it is 18.7. Well, I guess I can't do that. LaGuardia traffic is Endeavour 33 over. LaGuardia now. We're going to be planning our own vector downwind 8,000 to 3,000, runway 22. Let's fly a bit more over the Hudson. I don't like vectoring. Oh, that's too much. I don't like vectoring myself. I like to be vectored. We'll just go back to the tower. And tower, this is Endeavour 1333. We're going to be also vacating to over the Hudson for vector downwind 22. Don't worry about us.
Endeavour 1333, perfect. Thank you so much.
Alright, approach checks have been completed. We're descend 250. I might be catching up to this guy, but in New York airspace, you stay fast till they tell you to slow down. So I'm going to stay fast. Let's go ahead and go green needles. We don't need those anymore. Green needles, we don't need those anymore. Actually, I'm going to go back to... it should have auto-set my low course, but it hasn't.
This is 147, welcome to LaGuardia.
It should be 225.
Again, Charlie Yankee, Netherlands.
Yeah.
Turn that way, 225. And we're going to sequence the approach from Yoham, or Yoman. And it's 224 is actually the course from my memory. We'll check the chart on the side here. 224 is correct, so we'll set that to 224. And 224 down there. We'll execute that. We've sequenced our approach all nicely. Let's go down to 3,000 feet. Gonna box the belts. And we ain't gonna slow down until I'm told to slow down, because that's how New York works. Chasing reality simulations. Hey, also did my first YouTube stream tonight. Been a fun flight. Hey, welcome. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, it's my first time streaming 2024. I've never been in 2024 before. How did it go? Stefan, if you're still here, what did you do before? I don't know if you're still watching or not, though. Alright, we'll start to get slowed up, so I'm going to go vertical speed mode. We'll go about 1200. I'll slow below 220. 4,000 for 3,000. And we'll give myself a vector here. I hate vectoring myself. I think that weather was wrong. Scattered 7, broken 6. Alright. Alt's cap at 3,000.
And Delta 1487 is established over Greco.
Delta 1487, roger, wind 170 at 3, runway 22.
Oh, let me get Skydollar running for the replay.
2 cleared to land, Delta 1487.
And Endeavor, you're good to turn inbound to the localizer. Now there's plenty of space in between you guys.
Okay, we're turning base now. Right base, runway 22, Endeavor 13-3, thanks. Alright, we'll slow it a bit, because that guy's kind of going slow in front of me as well. I'll kind of do about 210-ish or so. I'll start the recording of Sky Dolly. And I'm also going to get G's up and running. There we go. Let's go flap 1. We'll slow 190. And I'm going to bring my progress page 2 up, or 1.2. Let's turn inbound up there, and we're inside 1 mile. We'll go ahead and click approach. Loc 0, glide slope arm. I should say Loc 2. Loc 2 captured. We'll go flap 8. Slow down a little bit more for it. I'm not good at vectoring myself, as you can see. It's not really banking at the 30, but that's okay. While we're on the subject, I've been thinking about getting into streaming. Any tips? Not really. I'm probably the worst one to ask. I've just started maybe about 2 months ago. Flight Sim Gaming has a lot, but I guess just take your time and have fun. Don't worry about the views. That's kind of what I say. Okay, we're Loc 2 captured, dot above the glide. We'll go gear down. And tower Endeavor 13-3 is established localizer, runway 22. Got our reverses on.
And Endeavor 1333, roger that traffic. You're following now on a short final. Wind 170 at 3, runway 22, quit land.
Get a land 22 and number 2, Endeavor 13-3. Glide slope captured. Let's throw all those on. We're cleared to land. Well, it said glide slope capture, but it's fair to actually descend. So let's take that off. Let's cut the flight director. We'll do this all manual. I got a visual anyways. Go flap 20. We'll slow to 160. And I'm going to chase that glide back. Remember guys, short runway. And it's kind of it. Short runway, I'm used to the beta flight model, so there's going to be that. I'm probably going to overflare it because I'm used to the amount of pressure the beta should need.
And Delta 1487 vacated Charlie.
I haven't got 24 stable on my PC yet, but might try again. Now with SU, yeah, mine runs really well with SU2 now. I recommend giving it another shot.
No problem.
How's the CRJ? Haven't flown it in a long time, while. I could be convinced to try an update. The V2, in my opinion, is really good. The flight model still needs some work, but we're working on it. And it's a good foundation for future updates. There's a lot of features that were missing that were kind of needed. Let's go flap 3 or 30. Scroll this guy down about 4 knots. So we're all hand flying this entire approach because the we had that FD fail way up in advance or up high there, so we're just gonna manually fly these this raw data glide slope and raw data localizer, and I'm visual with the runway. So all right, we'll go flaps 45, a ref of 140. There's no reported gusts, you don't have to add anything extra, just fly the ref speed. Flap 45, the gear's down, reverses are armed, the cabin's ready. Get your landing rates and chats. Let's see what we get. I do have G's running. I don't know if it works for 24 at all. Getting a little low. Correcting. So with the short runway, I'm probably going to take my power out a little more aggressively. But we really don't want to float. That's kind of the thing. It's okay if it's a bit of a harder landing, but we do not want to float it on this runway. And now that I'm visual, I might even go one white as well. So I'll go a little under the glide slope. And we're landing and stable. Correcting speed.
200 hops.
The runway looks quite blurry. The runway looks vacated. I can't see any airplane, but it's blurry anyways, so.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, a little off the center line, but we've got a minus 99. Let's add our brakes and getting back to center line. A little bit of lag there. There, center line's recaptured. My brakes are not as good as the real brakes, I'll tell you that much. The real brakes are insane. I'll have to roll to the end. The real brakes in the CRJ 9, you put tippy toe pressure, that's all you need. I was almost full brake on my rudder pedals and nowhere near the performance that they do. The beta is better though.
You can make your next left, taxi via Bravo Echo Alpha to the ramp. You have a good night.
Bravo Echo Alpha to the ramp, and next left, we're exiting Yankee. Endeavor 33, thanks for the service tonight.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're cleared right. We've been cleared Echo Bravo Alpha to the ramp, and I'll do my after landings really quickly. Let me stop the replay actually. There we go. Got our flaps all the way up. Line lights can all go off. I might leave the center on just so I can see. Strobe light can go off. Wing inspection can go off. Aft car go off. Probes off. And we're all good to go. Bravo Echo Alpha, he says. That wasn't bad for me for the current build. I'm not used to landing this one at all. The new one's a lot different. Let's go here.
2723 on right base for 922.
Delta 2723, recording tower, good evening. Line 170 at 3, runway 22, clear to land.
Okay, we're on Bravo.
2723.
Can't really see. Oh, Echo is that one there. Echo Alpha. All right, that little wind that it does. Hey, thanks guys. Thanks for appreciating that. Echo's this right turn here. And again, guys, the butter, although they're satisfying to get and all that, and it feels nice, it's kind of last priority. I'm actually more mad about the centerline control there. I would have preferred a harder landing and centerline than that landing. That's coming. Oh, resource usage exceeds GPU memory capacity. Lower graphics. I've already lowered them a million times. That's how much lower you want me to get. I can't get that much lower. It is very sensitive, Chicago. Yeah, we're I'm on the beta team for the RJ. This is obviously this is public. This is not a beta build, but we have addressed all that. I'm just gonna park in here. I don't think he cares. I'm gonna try to get a view on the runway there. So I'm just gonna quickly throw it into a gate. Oops. Lights off. Get the APU going. Gonna pick a gate and go. I don't know if they park here. I don't really care. Yeah, my frames are chugging here at LaGuardia a little bit. We have the 2 minutes. I'll shut down the left. Looks good to me. Stop that there. Shut this one down. Boom. I know it's going to turn off because the APU is not on just yet, but I want to get over to see the view. Let's press this. Hopefully my sim doesn't lag out. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's all I wanted to see. I know my GPU memory. I know game. I think this is one of the guys that's flying with us. I could be wrong. I'm off to bed. Hey, thanks, Flicing Game. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for all the help as well during the stream. Dash is short final. This is Dash. Blame the flight model quality. That's it. That's the life of the simmers. Blame the airplane, not yourself. Never my fault. So Dash has 7,000 feet to work with. Looks like a 3 something or 3.7. I can't tell. Looks like a 3.7 from out here. Oh no, it's a 320. It looks like a 3.7. Is it? I can't even tell. Too far, too blurry. Looks 320-ish to me. Looks Airbus. Whoop. Hey, that looked pretty good. Sorry for my traffic and all my frame loss here. We're going to disconnect from VATSIM. We're going to put this in turnaround state. Oh my gosh, if it lets me. Wow, it's completely just tanked the performance here. Get that already. Flaps to full. And I'll kind of just push this guy over here. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this performance has just gotten terrible. I do not know what has changed. We can watch this landing though, hopefully. If you guys want to watch this landing, how laggy everything is. This is terrible. I'm gonna switch it to daytime so you guys can see it. There we go. Don't think my flap full took. There we go. Let's do that. Obviously, nothing's gonna be set up in here. Wow, this is it's quite unwatchable. I don't know what happened to the settings. Those just tanked. I didn't do anything. The game just said, I'm gonna stop now. Thank you very much. I've kind of turned down everything I can really like want to turn down, or should be like I should be able to run this. That's 2024 finally? I mean, yeah, when it's not lagging, I guess, but Other than that, the rest of the flight was nice. Just the airport was just tanks. I think it just might not be. I think LaGuardia is just not. What's it called? Optimized yet. Alt enter should fix it. Restart frame gen. I can try alt enter. Alt enter. Alt enter. Still pretty. Oh, yeah, still kind of bad. I can turn off frame gen though and turn it back on. Uh-oh. I think that's it. I think that's it. Think it's gone. All right, well, I'll leave you at the end credits as the game is just froze now. I thank you guys for watching. I got 34 of you guys in here. If you guys can all hit the like button if you haven't done that so far, that'd be awesome. Got 39 likes. Let's hit 40 while we're here. And we got up to 5,127 subscribers. When I started this stream, I don't know how we got that. We were at 5,100. So we got 27 of you guys. So that's awesome. That ruined Christmas. This happened to me. You will need to enter in safe mode now. Amazing. If it's going to crash at the best time. Yeah, I guess so, right? Well, I thank you guys for joining your Friday nights. And I will talk to you guys all next time. No replay, unfortunately, today. You know what? Let me try to play the... No, replay tool didn't do anything. I was like, maybe I can get it back to life, but it's dead. So yeah, I'll leave you at the end credits. And yeah, thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.